Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, traders. This is Abdurrahman from FXAltariq.com, and here is what's on my radar this January the 11th, 2016. This morning we start off with the Aussie dollar chart. There's nothing to report on this particular chart. A nice bend, but this is the next level in which it has to breach in order for it to be into a particular trade, and this is going to be a minor support and resistance level. So we leave the Aussie for another week to see what happens. What is on the radar is the Aussie CAD. I like what I see here, a beautiful bend trade set up here, but here's the problem. The risk reward is very low, even if you look at it from a bend, 340 pips, 350 pips more or less. And then if you look at the next target levels here, somewhere brings us back down into the box here. And so with that said, I am going to pass on this. However, there could be a potential Acapulco setup. We will see what happens during the week on the Aussie CAD. Next on my list is the Aussie Yen. Same similar setup. I doubt if this moves back up this high. Well, I shouldn't say I doubt. We will see if it moves back up into these levels here. But as you see on the chart, a potential Acapulco is setting up, but we look at the risk rewards coming in the following week. The Aussie Swissy, similar move here. We'll see what happens this week at this level here, in which it is already there if we get a bullish candle printing on the Aussie Swissy. Right now we are in semi double bottom mode or whammy. Moving over to the CAD Swissy, same as the Aussie Swissy, looking to see what action takes place here on our chart as well. CAD Swissy. Euro Aussie, moving into an Acapulco trade that is setting up an Acapulco trade, as well as there is a bend trade here. So we will see, but the risk reward, once again, we move back into the issue of the risk reward because it moved so massively yesterday, 840 pips. There is no risk on this. The risk is very high on this particular trade. So let's see if we get an Acapulco setup, which will bring us into that particular trade. Euro New Zealand, Euro Kiwi, potential Acapulco is also setting up. A great bend trade is setting up, and I think that I may enter into this one on a bend trade. I will see what happens after today in terms of where we want to go with this particular trade. Aussie CAD hitting this support and resistance line at the 1.5546 today. We'll see if we get a bounce and a retracement type of candle off of this here. Not really sure what is going to happen with this. These stops that are sitting here and these that are sitting over there, we'll wait and see what happens on that. Euro Great Britain was watching this trade this week. This particular candle here just absolutely went too far for a Moolah trade. So now we look for either an Acapulco, or we look for a reversal this week with this particular trade. But thus far, this particular candle has pushed up too far for us to enter into a Moolah or double top trade, unfortunately. And also the cable, maybe a potential Acapulco on the weekly setting for this particular trade, has breached the 1.4651 level on the chart. So watch and see if an Acapulco sets up on that one as well. Was looking at the, let me bring this down a little bit. New Zealand Swissy, same similar mode here. Maybe going to rest on this this 4613 level here. This is a strong monthly support and resistance line. I'll see what happens on that one as well. That was a potential bend set up. Actually, it is a nice bend set up, but it's the issue is where would it go for us, and the risk reward that's involved with that one. And the CAD weekly, similar setup, a nice bend setup, and a nice Acapulco that's coming on here. So something to look at, the New Zealand CAD, a good one on the radar this week. After sometime today or tomorrow, I'll make a decision what to do with these weekly trades. Let's head over to the daily trades. As anticipated, we're watching the Aussie CAD. As anticipated, a movement up and a swift movement down from all of last week's trading. A big drop, 250, 260, 280 pips. Now resting on the 98.75 level today. Had some opened up and went down, but retraced a little bit. We'll wait and see what happens on this at this potential spot here. Potential Acapulco may be setting up here. And also on the New Zealand dollar, a potential pogo in the works, but it looks like today's candle is not going to give us that pogo setup. We have the inside candle here, but this candle here is going in the other direction. So I was hoping that maybe this would be a pogo setup. I will pull this one off of the list. Great Britain, Euro Great Britain. Again, the upward movement, a little bit of retrace today. Let's see what happens here if we get a confirmation either on two levels here. Either here or a bounce back to the box and then a push off of the box. We will see this is a wait and see trade for this week. The Euro Great Britain. Euro dollar in a similar mode had a massive rejection and then pushed back up. And now we're sitting with a little bit of a kangaroo tail today. It doesn't mean anything because this is a daily mode. We'll see what happens with this particular chart. But actually, this is in a good bend trade setup. But not much room to move here. Not much room. It's going to sit here and stay inside of congestion unless something seriously happens with that on the Euro dollar. And also on my chart, I have the Great Britain, New Zealand, and of the daily trades, this is probably the best one that has formed. We're looking at a Moolah double top right here, and as you can see here, the highs here at 2302 and 2328. So these highs here have been taken out. Let's look for today or tomorrow either a confirmation, a pushback down for a sell, or a pushback up into the box on the euro. I like the setup that's sitting here. We'll see what the market tells us how it wants to move. Same similar setup here as I was watching yesterday. As you can see here, that the stops have been taken out here. So we're waiting for a bearish candle to print and move back down as a sell trade, or if it's going to move back up into the levels here on the to level at the 1116 or higher on the chart. Two things are going to happen here today, folks. Today and within this week. So we'll watch and see where these levels are going to go with the Great Britain Aussie. Great Britain Aussie. And the Swissy. I have the Swissy for some reason being shown. Let's see if we're going to get a busted kangaroo tail here. This is not even a kangaroo, it's a pseudo kangaroo. So anyway, we'll see what happens with the Swissy. With that said, there's nothing else that's on my chart. If you guys got something, please feel free to let me know. And you guys have a magnificent day on purpose, and try to join us in the live trading room today. That's at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And with that said, have a magnificent day on purpose, and talk to you soon.